And welcome back to eBEFOREi Video Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at the new Transformers Cyberverse Ultra Class Grimlock. Now, if you could see text in what I'm saying, I'd probably put a question mark after Ultra Class, but we'll get to that in a second. This is a line meant primarily for younger kids, maybe not the generation's age, but for kids that just want to play with Transformers with simpler transformations. And the series has been really hit or miss for me personally. I picked this guy up today, and I like it. It's a cool-looking Grimlock. Let's go all the way around the figure, so you can kind of see what's going on. Big old long giraffe dino neck on the back, and yeah, he looks kind of cool. Yeah, let's just get into it. So, head sculpt on Grimlock looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. The paint looks great. You've got blue in the eyes, silver on the sides, and the mouth plate. All in all, I like that a lot. The yellow, kind of a shiny paint yellow, Autobot paint on the front. Some nice kind of reflective silver right here in the chest. You got red going down there, unpainted gray plastic in the hips. Down toward the legs, you've got just your typical shiny, unpainted black plastic, followed by traditional Grimlock colors. You've got the yellow, blue, and red there on the legs. Going around to the side, again, we kind of looked at this already, but it's a dinosaur on this guy's back. Some people get monkeys on their back. He's got a dinosaur on his back. These things happen. Now, articulation is where things kind of fall apart, but he's not terrible. The one thing, his head doesn't rotate at all. And you could easily say because of transformation, the head doesn't turn. Well, I see no reason for the head not to turn even with transformation, which I'll show you here in a moment. You've got nice stiff ball joints there in the arms, and they're really solid in there. It's nothing you got to worry about tightening up, I don't think. But yeah, my figure's real tight. You do have an elbow bend. There's no waist articulation due to transformation. His leg, you're limited because you've got plastic hitting plastic. But you can get it up about that far, and there's no knee bend. So yeah, and there's no thigh swivel. I mean, I guess you get a little bit on the ball joint. You can move it a little bit. But that's really it for the articulation. Now, when I say Ultra Class question mark, there he is next to Warrior Class Starscream, and no doubt he's bigger. He is absolutely bigger than Starscream. Shockwave in the same series? Yup, he's bigger as well. But now a true other Ultra Class. So, yeah, there's Optimus Prime. And as I take my camera off the tripod, what? Like, why is Grimlock not taller than Optimus Prime? Or at the very least, close. So I don't know how they can call that Ultra Class and that Ultra Class. It just doesn't make sense to me, but what do I know? I'm just a toy reviewer. Now, I am a fan of simpler transformations, so this is kind of up my alley. Oh, did I mention the red there? I don't think I did. That's cool. Anyway, transformation is really pretty simple and fun on this guy. I like it a lot. The first thing you want to do is you want to take this whole yellow chest and you want to pull that down. That will free up the long dino neck for you to take this whole thing and move it. Nice, stiff, little, almost like a ratchet type joint. But you want to get it to about right there and then close this piece up again, just like that. Now you want to take the fists and bend them inward. All right, and then you want to move the legs kind of up, and these were the arms, they're going to be the dino legs, and then bend them down like that. Rinse and repeat on the other side, and you're basically done with that. Now, the back of the transformation, I think, is pretty cool. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that tail together that was sticking out of the back side. Then I'm going to take this part and pull it. It's on a hinge right there. So I'm going to take it to the halfway point. Then I'm going to rotate. You can only rotate one way because you're going to have plastic bumping on plastic. And then take it and cover up the backside just like that. Do the same thing over here. Cover it up. And I'm going to move the whole thing down a little bit. Squeeze these things together. Make sure the tail is together. So that's so far so good. Now we're going to take these back pieces. We're just going to aim them down. And actually, you want to push that down far enough so that the gimmick will work. And basically, you've got a little peg right there and a little slot, and it needs to fit in the slot. This one on the left, don't push it down all the way because you're going to ruin the gimmick. But there you have, maybe a bit on the derpy side, but there's Grimlock in his Dino Mode. Now you can take his legs and you can give him more of a proper T-Rex stance if you want to. You can kind of balance him a bit like that so his head isn't so far up, which is kind of cool, I guess. Not the worst Tyrannosaurus I've ever seen. Maybe not the best Grimlock, but he's serviceable. He's all right. Now, there is a gimmick, as I mentioned, with all of these Cyberverse figures. They've got gimmicks, and gimmicks are cool and sometimes not cool. This one I like, though. There's a little peg right there, as I mentioned, and on the left side, there's also a little thing that pushes down, and watch what happens. This is pretty cool. Bam! That's awesome. Look at this thing. He's got fire coming out of his mouth, and these things, which I wish these were up the whole time, but he's got these things on his back, and that looks so freaking cool. Let's take a closer look at Dino Mode. To get that back in, all I'm going to do is push until he eats it, and then everything's back in place. So that's pretty neat. Not a lot of articulation in Dinosaur Mode. The legs do move because it's on the same Robot Mode arm joint, so nothing's any different, except the bend this way is hampered by plastic on purpose, but yeah, you don't get much more. Lots of posability as far as where you position the legs because of this long claw that acts as a really stable base, and that's cool. I dig that. There's no tail articulation. There's really nothing else you can do, and the little dino hands are on ball joints. Unfortunately, there's no neck swivel, so I can't make him look up or down in Dino Mode, which I get it. It's the gimmick. But I can't complain too much because that is freaking cool. So, thumbs up from me. I like that a lot. Real quick comparison to Power Up the Prime's Grimlock. Yeah, I mean, he's bigger. There's more plastic involved here. So, yeah. Not really a fair comparison. He's not part of the Generations line. But I did want to show you what his size is in Dinosaur Mode. That's my quick review of the Transformers Cyberverse Ultra Class Grimlock. I dig it. He's smaller than what Ultra Class should be, and not in that cool box that Optimus Prime and Megatron are in. He's just kind of exposed. It's weird. So I don't really know why Hasbro is calling him the same class, unless I've got old news and they changed it to something else. If that's the case, just let me know in comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching eBEFOREi video reviews, and I promise more videos coming up soon. Thanks again. Check you guys out later. Thanks again. We'll see you back here again real soon.